Hey guys, so I haven't really made a talking video in a long time. I'm kind of busy with school and stuff, so I just wanted to do a little video here, just some of the projects I'm working on. I don't know why there's a bag of rats here, don't ask. They're not real rats. First of all, I want to shout out to Felix Antoine Gravel. He speaks. Made his first YouTube video with talking in it, so that's cool. But anyways, so yeah, projects. I've got some things on the workbench here, but I'm not really working on radios right now. This little radio, as some of you know, I'm going to Kutztown, Pennsylvania for the radio swap meet, massive one, whatever, at Renninger's Flea Market this spring in 2 weeks. I'm really excited. It's coming up quickly. And this radio is actually for a friend. I'm going to give it, sell it rather, to a friend who wants a Canadian set. It's a Baby Champ Model 5000. I tried restoring, this was my first attempted restoration. It didn't go well, because I had everything connected to still to the old filter cap, which I then popped out. But I started work on it a couple of weeks ago again, and I'd torn out a whole bunch of stuff and everything was a mess. So now I've pretty much replaced everything back in, I don't know how to focus this. But yeah, all the caps are in there. I replaced a resistor down there. So everything's in there. All that's missing now is the new Lytx, and I think this is a drop-in resistor, I'm not sure. What is this one? I think it's 100. Never mind. Don't take my word. So yeah, the new filters need to be installed in here. Oops, that's where a piece of tape came off. And it needs a new dial light. But other than that, this should be a good radio. Oh yeah, and I took out some of the tubes. I actually gave these two to Felix for a record player. But yeah, it needs. I think this tube might be bad. This is a 35Z5, and is that the rectifier? I think so. I think it might need a new rectifier. So yeah, that's that. The knobs. This radio I'm also working on for a friend of mine, but it's a Zenith model. What's the model now? 7S633. That's the cabinet there. But I've been working on this thing, and it just doesn't want to work. I didn't replace the Lytx yet, but the radio worked before, but it's not the Lytx that are the problem. I'm going to replace them, just to make it safe. But it's just, I don't know, maybe something with this antenna. I've attached it multiple times to test it, but I haven't gotten any results. The speaker's nice, the speaker's good. But I think I'm going to get my friend a new radio and restore that one for her, because this one, it's just not worth the time. It's an ugly radio, honestly. The cabinet's in horrible condition. It's kind of I don't really like it, and she doesn't really like it particularly either. Also, the rectifier is one of those troublemakers. 6X5, so I either need to buy the $30 modern replacement or just put a couple of diodes in there, but I don't know. Also, there's so much rubber wiring on this thing that's just crumbling completely, and it's super hard to replace because it's all in this tubing thing, and that's for the push button tone control part. I already took off the push button assembly because I don't need that, and there's so much bad wiring on that, so I just put a little thing in here so no one can put it onto automatic tuning, because that might be a problem otherwise. Underneath, I replaced all of the regular capacitors and at least 5 resistors. This radio is probably one of the most poorly, wait, I'm going to turn it this way. One of the most poorly designed chassis I've ever seen. Everything's crammed into this corner, and there's like 2 caps back there that I just can't reach unless I take everything out of here, and I'm not that experienced yet. So overall, Zenith, this sucks. anyways, my opinion. So, another couple of things I wanted to show you guys. I'm trying to find a remedy for silver mica disease because I have this little radio here that works for about 10 seconds when you turn it on, and then just goes berserk. Here, let's listen. Also this one. That one has silver mica disease too. I don't even know if it's going to work now. It's probably just going to start off. It's fully recapped. See, right off the bat there, it's just awful. So, yeah. I fixed my dim bulb tester. It used to be really ugly and inefficient and kind of dangerous, so now it's in this neat little thing that comes down here. I'd still like to change this to a more maybe like a little box or something with a plug on it, but that works for now. What else do I have here? Anything new? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I pulled these little speakers here. These are quite nice speakers made in Japan. They're off of got two of them because it's a stereo set. They're off this 1968 General Electric. Now what's the model here? Oh, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, I pulled all the tubes out of this. This is garbage. This is a parts radio. There's some dial lights, but they're broken. Dead. And it probably, I mean, there's an old video, you can go back in my videos and see it humming to hell because of these orange capacitor things. And also, I'm pretty sure it has silver mica disease because these little coils are notorious. I mean, IF cans are notoriously bad. It's ugly anyways. So yeah, that's parts, and when I'm done with parts, I'll just throw it out. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to update, I think. This radio here is going to Felix when he comes down here, so we can go to Kutztown. I like this radio, but it's just taking up space, and it's not one of my favorites, so I'm giving it to him, and he's giving me a little radium dial clock in return. This one was my first restoration, recapping that actually worked. But it has some issues with the antenna, so there's a bit of distortion in the audio, but it does work. Yeah. I also have this that I've never showed before. This is the chassis of a 1970s Symphonic, I think. I'm not sure what brand it is, but anyways, it's a radio from the 70s, and it's made in Montreal. And it's actually quite, other than this ferrite bar that's just falling off here, it's actually quite well built. You can see these capacitors didn't go bad before it, it works, this radio, but they'll go bad pretty soon. This is about 1971, 1972. It's got these nice Tesla speakers that are made in Yugoslavia or something, Czechoslovakia. Oh, well, then the USSR, but... And there's the dial. It's got tone control and FM, AM, just the regular stuff. And it says it's made in, oh, well, that's a disappointment. I guess the company's out of Canada, but it's made in Japan. So, and it's got this, that's odd, I find. It's got the old type tuning condenser here. It's not the newer, I'm not sure what you call those in the plastic, but anyways, it doesn't have the newer kind, and that's coated in cadmium. That must be an older part than the rest of the radio. It's got an antenna here and lots of stuff, but I could probably reuse these speakers. I'm not too keen on putting this radio back together. I'll probably just use it. I might try to sell this part, and then I'll use the speakers for sure. These are nice speakers, so yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Thanks for watching, guys.